Today's video is going to be so fun because we are going to create a whole bunch of backgrounds with a balloon. Oh my God, I'm going to pass out. But anyway, we're going to create a ton of them with this guy right here. Let's get to it. So this is going to be a fun video because I'm experimenting the entire time. Before I blow up my balloon, let's see what I can do with it before it's inflated. So I'm just going to press down some ink onto my surface, and then I'm just going to basically flop the balloon down into the ink after I sprayed it with a little bit of water, and you pretty much see what I'm doing here. This actually was one of the favorite backgrounds out of the 40 I probably made in the video. It's just that simple, and I was left with this super cool splotchy background. You can do it with different colors. It could be fireworks. It could be whatever you want it to be. So I thought just right off the bat, man, this is fun. Now it's time to blow up that balloon. So I blew it up, about passed out. It took me a couple tries to blow up one single balloon. And this was my next favorite way. So I went ahead, added some ink, sprayed it with water, and then I rolled the balloon in it. So I'm rolling the balloon onto some cardstock. Oh my goodness. Just that easy, just that simple. Could it be that simple? Let me do another color. Inked up my surface, added a little water, rolling the balloon in it, and bam, rolling, 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 rolling the balloon. How fun is that? You can do it with a bunch of different colors. All right, let's do it when I have two colors, a pink and a blue, and when they mix together, they'll get purple. Let's see what that looks like. So I pulled out some cardstock, and I'm doing it this way. It's just all about experimentation. I forgot to pull out watercolor cardstock, so I'm like, so I pulled that off to the side. I'm going to do it again. It's best to use watercolor cardstock if you're watering down your ink, which I found that was the best way to do it because you need kind of a liquid to get that rolling going. And I just think this was so much fun. I could make these backgrounds all stinking day. Let's add a deeper color and see what happens. Again, just pressed it onto my glass mat, added some water, and then I'm just rolling it on there. So obviously the more saturated or brighter colors, you're going to get more intense results. But these are cool. Look at these different backgrounds. So you can see the difference. The one on the left was not watercolor cardstock. So you can see the water didn't quite take to it, but the other two were. Absolutely beautiful results. All right, let's just do this one more time with what's ever left on my mat there. Rolling the balloon, baby. Balloon rolling. That's where it's at. Balloon rolling technique. That's what we're calling it. So just have a blast. Any inks will work that work with water, that are water reactive. So give it a whirl and see how you like it. Again, this is all watercolored cardstock here, just different sizes I had cut. I couldn't stop. I didn't prepare enough to do, I had to go cut more watercolor panels because I didn't think I was going to have this much fun because I really had no idea what I was going to do with the balloon. All right, let's try it this way. I'm going to swink on some beautiful ink here. Make sure I get the whole, this is watercolor cardstock, again, saturated. I'm going to spray the balloon with water, and I don't know why I did that. I just was flicking on a little bit of water from the balloon, but really you can just flick on water with your fingers. So I found that was really nothing like mind-blowing. But now I'm going to press that balloon in place and really let the balloon contact the paper and let that water seep into the paper with the balloon. And look at that result. I love it. It left a blob of ink in the middle and a halo around the outside. Then I had all this leftover ink on the balloon, so I started grabbing more scraps of watercolored cardstock and just started smacking the balloon down onto the cardstock, and I got these super cool results. I love it. I was just having a blast. So much fun. All right, I decided let's see if we can do a little kissing, a little kissing. So I'm going to go ahead and swink on some more ink. A nice dark color will work. And now I'm going to take the balloon, spray the balloon with water, press the balloon onto the stamp that has a background on it, so it's got a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to press it, hold it in place so the water has time to seep into the cardstock. I have no idea what this is going to look like. You don't really see much of the design, but there's a lot of design left over on that balloon. So I went ahead and pressed it back onto the rest of the cardstock. And let's look at these results up close. So the first one, surprisingly, looks like a moon, right? It's gorgeous. And the second one, the actual pattern from the stamp lifts up and you can see it in the other prints that we were able to make. So it's almost got some of that pattern mixed with blowing bubbles into your results. It's so neat. And I was so amazed with all the different results I got. So before adding any more water or ink to the mat or anything, I'm just going to see how much more I can get. So I grabbed another piece of watercolored cardstock and now I'm rolling it. So instead of just pressing the balloon straight down, I'm doing a little bit of rolling. And I love that splattered look paired with a little bit of the design from that stamp. However, I still was determined to stamp with that balloon. So I'm going to give it a whirl again. Press the ink onto my glass mat, add some water to it. So I'm basically going to turn my balloon into a stamp. So I'm going to press the balloon into the ink water, then the balloon onto the stamp. Then I'm going to take the balloon and press it onto the cardstock. Let's see. I got it. I'm stamping with the balloon, guys. I'm stamping with a balloon. This is the first time for me. And I just keep adding. So that time I was just pressing the balloon straight down. But let's see if we add different, roll it or try to move it around different ways. What will we get? So here I do a little bit of rolling. I just am blown away. I think I have a ton of background stamps, a ton. And I'm going to just, cut a whole bunch of watercolor cardstock and give it a whirl. So when you're done with all these panels, I decided to cut them down because what the heck am I going to do with them? Because they were practice pieces, but they're pretty practice peaches. Hello. They're pretty practice peaches. Say that 10 times. So now I've got all these backgrounds. I'll file them behind with my backgrounds. Then if you know what my magic mug is, when I sit down, I'll grab my backgrounds, I'll grab my magic mug, and I will assemble cards in no time flat because I walk away with about 40 backgrounds when I'm done. I wanted to see, though, one more thing. Can you emboss with this? So first, I press the balloon into my embossing pad and then just press the balloon with the embossing ink onto, I don't even know if it transfers because it's clear and it's white and I can't tell. So then I just grab some embossing powder. I had some yellow embossing powder sitting on my desk, dump it up on there, and if it sticks, I know it transferred and it stuck. So I got me a nice glob of ink from the balloon and then we'll go ahead and heat set it and see if it does something miraculous because I used a balloon. So after I heat set it, I always heat set from the front and the back and that prevents warping from the paper from the heat. When I was done, okay, it's cool, but really nothing I couldn't get if I just put my ink pad directly to the paper. So this time I decided to try rocking and rolling it's not really rocking, I'm rolling the balloon onto the ink pad, and then I'm rolling the balloon onto the paper to see if any of that makes a difference. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing, dump some embossing powder on there, heat set it, and let's see what that looks like. Here are the results. Nothing really miraculous. I didn't find embossing powder in a balloon wowed me enough to want to do it again. Then I did try it with just some regular acrylic paint. Just put it on my glass mat, picked it up, and you can color a whole background with this balloon. Just keep pouncing, rock it, roll it, add different colors. If you wanted to create your own colored paint, you could do that too. This was fun to do, maybe something to pull out and do with kids. I didn't find it incredibly jaw breaking, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever, like I did with the other techniques that I love with the balloon. But this was fun and something that your kids can do with you if you want. So you can obviously do this with paint and ink and so forth. So here's the look at those that I just did where I just blopped the balloon onto the cardstock with paint. So all of these backgrounds I got from a balloon and ink. Seriously, you guys probably have a balloon. I didn't have a balloon, believe it or not. So I put a Facebook post out to my Facebook group of my neighborhood and I said, do any of you guys have a balloon I can have? And I got me some balloons that way. But you don't have to buy anything. You have what you have. You already have it. You'll be done. You'll be left with all these cool backgrounds that you can use and turn them into cards, whatever. Doesn't cost you a daggum dime because you already have it. So try it. Let me know if you find other ways that you can use your balloon with card making. Let me know in the comments. I want to know. But I hope you had fun with me. This was a different kind of video for me because it was basically just exploring what you can do with a balloon and ink pads, and I had a blast. I'll see you next time.